Om. Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. Today, that is Vijayadashami, Ravana. Ravana means the one who roars. Who roars the most in our lives? Our egos. Was destroyed by Rama. Rama means the one who is joyous. What is most joyous in our lives? Our spirit. Vijayadashami is a celebration in knowing one is not the ego, one is the spirit. Understanding and appreciating the significance of this utsava, of this festival, please chant with me. Om Namo Narayanaya. 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 We remember the ayana, that is the path to Nara. Nara here means our potential. 10 times and one more so that we never forget this. Chapter 3 of Bhagavad Gita. The theme is dedication. What does this feel like? Forgetting yourself. That is forgetting your ego. We train ourselves in forgetting ourselves through action. First forgetting about the results, then even forgetting about the action, as in who's doing this. This training or preparation leads us to forgetting about ourselves in contemplation. If one does not train themselves in forgetting themselves in action, they will never be ready for contemplation, which is mandatory. You cannot feel infinite or Rama without contemplating. And so we all shared to ourselves and others the Sankalpa Vakya, a promise that we are making to Prince Arjuna, Sri Krishna, ourselves, that the teachings, the guidance that was shared in chapter 3 is noble. It is sat. This nobility is equivalent to Bhagavad Gita, which is equivalent to the Upanishad. And the vision of all of these teachings, texts, is Brahma Vidya. That is to remember infinity. Infinity is all-inclusive. So remembering infinity is really remembering you are infinite. And this is expressed through yoga. This is expressed through this samvada, the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Prince Arjuna. And that teaching was the intention path. How beautifully the Sankalpa Vakya shows what was just completed, what the vision of this is, and how we are going to continue this. Which now leads us to the commencement of chapter 4. Vidya Arambha. Arambha means to commence. Vidya Arambha. Chapter 4, in my analysis, is the most diverse chapter amongst all of the chapters. Once we start flowing through this, you will see countless subjects are addressed. This makes this chapter important and interesting. From a more devotional perspective, this is my master, Pujya Swami Tejomayananda's favorite chapter. He had shared this with us when we were studying, but he never elaborated. Only afterwards, Swami Advayananda had shared with me that this was the first chapter that Pujya Swami Tejomayananda heard from Pujya Swami Chinmayananda. And what's subtle about this, when one reflects upon this, a master is one who has transcended sentiments like favorite. Correct? Like a child, my favorite color is orange. Your favorite color is green. My color is better than your color. Some people do that on Facebook, right? I am the best wife, not you. It's so childish. But for a master, they may say this is their favorite, but see how there's no elaboration. Every chapter is beautiful. Every scripture is moving. We begin with Sri Krishna, verse 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Prahaha Manur Ikshvaka Ve Bravit. Shri Krishna guides. Uvacha does mean said, but he's not just describing the news, he's guiding. How does he guide? I'm going to explain the whole verse. Imam means this. Everything that he's guided us in so far. Vivasvate, he had guided Vivasvan. Vivasvan is the personality behind the sun. In other words, an ancient personality. Yoga. This guidance is in the form of yoga. Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga. Proktavan. I'd spoken this to him. I guided him. Who did this? Aham, Sri Krishna. And what is this yoga? Avyayam. Indestructible or eternal. Let me continue and then I'll put it all together. What did Vivasvan do then? Vivasvan was a disciple of Sri Krishna. Vivasvan had a son. His name was Manu. Prahaha, Vivasvan taught this to his son, Manu. What did Manu do then? Manuhu Ikshvaku Abravit. He taught this to his son, who is Ikshvaku. So sharing this once again, Sri Krishna taught this to his disciple taught this to his family. Who did Ikshvaku teach it to? You can insert your name. Jagrati, Shanmuga Sundaram, Sudarshan. What is the implication of all of this? This will be made more clear in the coming verses, which are also shared by Sri Krishna. But I'll tell you the general message here. With creation came a manual on how to use creation. This manual we describe as Veda. What are some synonyms for Veda? We just explored this in the Sankalpa Vakya. Gita, Upanishad, Brahma Vidya, Yoga Shastra. Everyone's in sync with that? With creation came a manual, and you all know this. With everything you have, a manual has come with it. I spoke at the University of Saskatoon once, and they gave me this mug. What was inside this mug? Don't put this in the dishwasher. That's why I just never wash it. And my point is, whoever created this mug, what came with it? A manual on how to use it. Now, Prince Arjuna, these students, us, are fortunate because this manual is being explained to us by the Creator herself, himself. When I got this mug, the actual designer of that mug didn't come and say, Vivek, don't put this in the dishwasher. But in our case, it's Sri Krishna who's explaining to us with his manual on how we should live. That's an incredible experience. And he first shared these insights with those who are responsible for leading others. Vivasvan, Manu, Ikshvaku, all of them are leaders. He taught them how to lead themselves first. And knowing that they have to lead others, this becomes that much more important. Now think of yourself. All of you lead others in some way. Yes? Hopefully in a good way, but in some way. And a practical implication to all of this. We first have to be joyous to be successful. What is Sri Krishna guiding us in? No vastness. Be content. Once one is joyous, then all they do will be successful. Now think of your education. Think of the leaders you know. Is that the message? Isn't the message the opposite now? If you're successful, you'll be joyous. That's a highly dependent way to live, no? And that's why for those in our Ramayana course, Bhagavatam course, I specifically have emphasized that asuras, disguised as leaders, will cause the darkness in the world. We know this to be Kali Yuga, a period of selfishness. Why is this happening? It is asuras, those who don't know how to be joyous, they are leaders. And all of us who don't reflect enough, we just follow them. So darkness breeds darkness. Knowing this insight about how Sri Krishna taught this to this lineage of leaders, we have to reflect a lot on, are we leading ourselves? Because if we're not, we have no right to lead others. More will be shared in the coming verses. What is special about how this is manifesting the way it is? Ikshvaku is one of the great grandparents. When I say great, it's hard to qualify that, of Sri Rama. Sri Rama belongs to the Ikshvaku dynasty. And today Sri Rama destroyed Ravana. That's how perfectly this is connected. From inspiration to application, your ongoing application, and this was shared with you 1 week ago, for 168 hours, you have been working hard and smart on dealing with dislikes. Yes? Vivekji, we weren't there on Friday, October 8th. So we don't know what you're talking about. Since you didn't tell us then we have 10 days off on applications, correct? 3 more days to go. All of Friday, all of Saturday. On Sunday, we'll count it as a half day, okay? You can complete this in our Vijaya celebration. 2 announcements. I'm going to read to you a letter that Shuka and Vyasa are going to read to their teachers. Meaning going to read to them, they're going to give it to them. They barely know how to read. 5-letter words thus far. Here's that letter. This is one of their teachers' names. They have 3 teachers. Dear Miss Chandler, I hope this message finds you well. In my religion, Hinduism, today we celebrate Vidya, knowledge, and Arambha, commencing. Vidyarambha is a festival to be grateful for teaching culture, teachers, books, etc., and to express this as generosity of resources, time, effort. I am grateful for your hard, smart work to help me be a better person. And I will express this as rededicating myself to following your teaching. Thank you, respectfully, Shuka Vyasa. P.S. Enjoy your coffees. So Shuka and Vyasa will give this to their teachers with a gift card for a local coffee shop. Today, in our culture, we feel more dakshina, which is more grateful. And we express this as more dana, more gratitude. Our 2-year-old and 4-year-old are developing this habit, and ideally will develop this vasana. All of us are 20, 40, 60, 80. Make this part of your culture. Today, be in the habit to express your gratitude with resources, time, effort, a rededication, so that this becomes your vasana. Your vasana to be cheerful. Shanti, shanti, shantihi. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be happiness.